Dream, and I am live going at you this morning, and I got my boy the Mad Hatter on the other end. What's going on,
Yes, sir, man. Hey, happy Memorial Day to you, brother.
You too as well, man. Great day. Looks like it's getting off to a nice start. Man, nice way to end the long weekend, because the weekend was absolutely phenomenal. For us here on the East Coast, we're not accustomed to this type of, I always forget that, when we're talking cats from like the West Coast and like Florida, like this is like every day for them.
I know, right? Imagine that. So we got to get out there, man.
It's like every day for them, and you guys don't even understand how it's like our days, and even still, we're not really still full blown into being nice, because it was just like cold a couple of days last week.
I know, exactly, man. Hey, you know what? I want to set a special shout out right now. It is Memorial Day, and we have to observe all the people in the military, man, that have really helped solidify our freedom here in this beautiful country that we live in, man. Big ups to everybody, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the whole package, guys. We love you for what you do for our country, man. And,
Marines, Coast Guard, everybody.
Everything.
Yes, sir.
Everything, man. So, hey, good morning to you. Let's get some money today, man. What do you think, kid?
Dude, I'm on one of the worst losing streaks that I've been on in a long time. And then the one night when I was dead on, I didn't play. I went out to the club with mine, had a good night. We had dinner, went out dancing. We just had a ball, man. It was a ball that night. I had so much fun.
Oh man, I know. I enjoyed. I went out too, guys. If you're ever here on the East Coast, go check out Port Jefferson, New York, man. You can take the ferry right there. There's a bunch of restaurants, there's bars and stuff like that, like right on the water, man, off the charts. Me and the bride did that, and son, I had to tell her too. I had to break the news to her that I was sitting there and I was looking at the Braves score while we were out to dinner on what was it, Saturday night. I ended up getting the Braves to work, and let's see, and then yesterday I had the Toronto Blue Jays. I got that to work. I kept my composure pretty well while I was winning and romance and all at the same time.
I hear you.
And but speaking of winning, I won those too. But then I gave out the stanks last night, man. Woo! Brutal loss there, man. You know what, guys? Hey. You give me that situation a bunch of times in a row, I probably would take it a bunch of times in a row. I looked at it over and over and over again. National TV, you got the Stanks on there, Sunday Night Baseball, riding a really bad losing streak, 10 out of 11 now they've lost. Looked at everything, looked at Capuano, I just had a feeling, man. So you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I'll take a 2-1 weekend all day, you know what I mean?
Definitely, no doubt. We had I didn't touch Saturday. I didn't play it all Saturday, even though I liked Golden State and I liked the Blackhawks. But I stayed away. I didn't touch it. I said I was going to go out. I was going to have a good time, fall back from gambling, especially after losing on Friday again with Atlanta. And then Atlanta, the thing with Atlanta, I got to be honest with you, man. Atlanta's aggravating. You know what? On a whole, it's really aggravating. A couple of these games have been aggravating, especially Atlanta on the road looked much better than they did at home. Golden State right. On the road handled that awful Houston team much better. And now the true colors came out Saturday night when Golden State tapped that behind. Just a little aggravating. And then this Ranger team, the New York Rangers, the hockey team, they just can't get it together, man.
I know, it's tough. And you know what, dude? I got to be honest with you. I've been watching these games, and when I watch them, I get, like halfway through the first period, I get a really good feel on who's going to win. So I think I might start testing that out. Because, dude, you could tell that the Rangers didn't have it last night, man. Did you see the same thing? See the same thing I was looking at last night?
With hockey, and I've watched it. I didn't watch a bunch of the game. I mean, I was back and forth. I'm watching the hockey game and I'm watching the basketball game. But with hockey, it's hard to tell sometimes. I've done a little bit of live play with hockey. It's worked for me and against me. where you think one thing's going to happen, but then after like the first intermission, they make a couple of adjustments. They come out the second and do some things different that start working. So it's a little bit tricky with hockey, but hey, if you feel you got a feel for it, go for it, man. The one thing that I did wish that I did feel like the game was going to go under, and I didn't play that.
Oh, man, that would have been a nice play, kid. Damn. And the game before went over by substantially, right? Three overtimes or something like that.
The game before went over. What you talking about? The Blackhawks game?
The Blackhawks game, yeah.
The Blackhawks game, the final score on that was 4-5, so yes. It went way over.
Well, you know what? Hey, talking about the ice now. So what do we got? We got a Rangers are down 3-2, and then we have a tie series over in the West, correct?
The West is is it a tie series? Yeah, it's a tie series, right?
All right. So what do you think of tonight, man?
No, it's not tied. The Ducks are up. Ducks are up 3-1.
No way. Chicago got 2 games there, brother.
Chicago won a game in Anaheim?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. So we are tied 2-2, guys. So, hey, we'll see what we got there, and we'll go from there, guys. I smoked a bunch of cigars yesterday, man. My voice is going to be crazy this morning. So, hey, I had to get here and do the show, man, and I'm very happy to do so because I am dying to get my fingers on something that's going to win today, brother. What you want to do first, man? You want to start with NHL, kind of break it up a little bit?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, let's do that.
I'm good with that.
All right, guys. So we got the game on the ticket tonight, 8:05 Eastern. We've got the Chicago Blackhawks coming into the Anaheim Ducks. Anaheim Ducks are minus 126 juice with an under-over of 5. You know what? The way it's been going, you almost got to take the underdog.
Dude. I'm trying to figure this out. Trying to get this hockey dead right. You know what it is unlike the NBA, I think the hockey is a little bit more evenly matched, especially this series. With both of these teams just being excellent teams. And in kind of opposites in the way they go about doing business. So I think in this particular series, that there's not really a clear-cut better team. That it's really hard to call because, like I said, I don't think there's that distinctive advantage. I know there is some, but I don't think there's a distinct advantage to being home in hockey. That being said, I'm leaning Ducks, man. It's a light lean, guys. I've been doing a little bit crappy, so I don't want to get influence anybody to go crazy yet on any of my picks. Like, get out of this funk I'm in. To be honest with you, my read on this series is just not. It's just not there. I'm focused with the gambling right now, but I'm kind of, unfortunately, I got a lot of stuff going on in my life right now. Between the kids and I got a little league going on. I got a couple situations at work happening, a couple situations on the phone front going on. So while I've been trying to focus on gambling and doing gambling, there's a lot of stuff. I've been extremely busy running around, not able to really do the usual homework and watch the games like I usually get done. So I'm going to just tell you, as far as I'm concerned with this, I got a couple little leans that I like. Hey, you gotta follow at your own risk right now because your boy's juggling a lot. My picks haven't been on your usual level. I mean, don't get me wrong. Nobody's trying to get back to winning ways more than me, but I'm willing to recognize that there's a couple things different because I got a couple of extra burdens going on in my life right now that I'm trying to deal with. So trying to juggle it all, I guess it has been showing up a little bit on my gambling.
Hey, man, you know what? Sometimes you got to just recognize that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
just kind of fall back. Kind of fall back a little bit.
But still, man, you know what I mean? Couple of situations. ATL game 2. I can't, guys, 9 times out of 10, I'm a pound that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just, they lost game 1. Must win game 2. You're talking about a team, that was pretty successful. Had a great season this year. Pretty successful. I expected them to show up and figure and find a way to win. Game 2 in your house, you're supposed to get that. So I can't apologize about that loss. I just can't.
No, definitely not. Definitely not, man. Well, hey, man, you know what? I'm not gonna play this game. I'm gonna get a feel for it in the beginning. And see where it is. I'm gonna test that out, man. I may be watching it. That's if I'm watching the game. I may not be watching it tonight, though. I don't know for sure. But
what you got going on tonight?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I don't have any plans, but we'll have the conversation a little bit. So, All right, so you've got a light lean on the Ducks. I have no opinion on that whatsoever, brother.
Yeah, I got a light lean on the Ducks. Guys, like I said, it's like these series are crazy. I think, like Hatter said, especially with this hockey, you might be better off getting alive, looking, and trying to make up your mind from there. Because with the difference in the way these teams play, I'm a fall back from what I was saying. You might have a good point with watching them, and you might understand. Only reason being is their styles are so different that I think you might be right, and you're able to diagnose what's going to happen after watching them play a little bit. Because, if you see the Lightning are looking, really fast, same with the Ducks, really fast, passing's crisp all over the ice, not getting banged up, not taking the hits hard, then, it's obviously favoring the Lightning and the Ducks. If you see them getting banged up, game looks slowed down, a lot real physical play, then game's looking Rangers or Blackhawks. So Hat might have a good point, guys. You might want to do live. Check out the game and watch it live, if you have that available to you, and try to make your mind and make your call from there.
Yeah, even like you could see like one of the teams is doing like really bad with their power play situation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or, where they can't even get a shot on goal during a power play. You might want to sit there and be like, maybe the opposing team is the right play tonight. You know what I'm saying? So definitely something to look at.
Anaheim is, for a couple of quick tidbits of stats for you guys that like a little bit of the trends. Anaheim is 11-3 straight up in its last 14 games. They are 6-1 straight up in its last 7 games at home. If that's of any interest to you. And also, the total has gone under in 15 of Anaheim's last 21 games when playing Chicago. Chicago is 7-2 straight up in its last 9 games. The total has gone under in 15 of Chicago's last 21 games when playing Anaheim, and Chicago is 4-2 straight up in the last 6 games when playing Anaheim. I also am slightly liking the under, but that's slight. I definitely, if you're gonna lean, I would lean harder on the Ducks than the under, but I am slightly liking the under, as just too many. I just feel that they'll tighten things up a bit this game. And back to the Rangers. I really wish that they would have rested Lundqvist. Yeah,
right. Definitely.
Everybody, I hear a lot of talk about that, and they're like, no way, they're not going to do it, But, I really think that, because now your backs are against the wall. Now he's got to play.
Yeah, right.
Because it's win or go home, and he's fatigued, and he's banged up, and you got no choice but to stay with him. And that's a bad formula for this next game for them.
I agree with you, man. I said that myself. I thought that they would rest him at least one game or half a game or something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If the other goalie started to look a little shaky, throw him in there. You know what I mean? But then he had that really good game where they won. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So that's I guess he switched lockers with the backup goalie or something in Tampa. Kind of do like a lot of superstitious stuff or whatever, and it worked out for him. But then obviously this game it did not. So. I don't know, man.
And how you lose the game at home, man? Your back is now seriously, you know what I'm saying, to the wall.
That's how it was last time, though. They were down 3-1 last time.
Yeah, but it wasn't. They wasn't playing the Lightning, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother animal they got in front of them right now. So they really got themselves, between a rock and a hard place right now. I'm obviously going for them because I have them, in future gameplay, as far as I have them up against the other 2 teams coming out of the West. So I'm going to have to do your thing. I'm going to have to get in there tonight and look to maybe hedge.
Yes, definitely, man. That's the way to do it, bro. That's the way
guys,
to do it.
If you did what I did and you had the Blackhawks to play either the Rangers to play either the Blackhawks or the Ducks, which I had recommended, I think, about a month ago. If you played that, you now have to watch this game tonight with the ideology of maybe throwing some money to the other side to get out of that or to offset the loss if need be.
Yeah, and that goes for if you had the Rangers to win the East. If you had the Rangers to win the Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup, right?
You know what I mean? The whole package. Right. So, I mean, I have the Rangers to win the Stanley Cup. $100 pays $1,800. Yep. So, if they fall down maybe 1-0 or they look real shaky in that next game and you think that Tampa Biscuit's going to get them, then you know what? I'll just bet Tampa Biscuit's going to get my $100 back.
You know what, though? Last year, I don't know if you remember this, though. We were in the same situation with the LA Kings. Remember?
Yes.
I called the Kings. We had the Kings. It was a Stanley Cup, though, the Kings were playing in it when they were down. And they came back and won the next 2 games. Matter of fact, we filmed the show. Remember, we did the live show the night they won. It was crazy that night. It was awesome.
Yeah, I know. That was really good, man. And we ended up getting the Kings of cash, dude.
So check it out. Hold on. I gotta tell you about this, right?
All right.
So I go out Friday night dolo, all right? Because my wife went out with her girlfriends or whatever. So I'm hanging out with the fellas. One of my boys is a drinker and gets a little bit crazy. So I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna get out of here because you look like you about to borderline get arrested, which, I'm not with. So I'm gonna get out of here. And I'm gonna dip over and catch a couple of my other friends or somewhere else. They're at this like local Spanish bar. So I go to the Spanish bar, go over. Now I've obviously been drinking, had a couple of drinks. Get ready to leave the joint, right? Son, the whip is towed.
No way. That is the worst feeling ever.
So now I'm like, they got me. So now I gotta call Mama. Mama gotta come pick me up. So now we dip over to where the whip is at, right? And now it's like this crazy looking, wild, junkyard / towing place, whatever. So I'm looking around at a lot amongst all this junk. It's sitting right in the middle of it, and I had just waxed my joint, had it looking crazy. There wasn't even a fingerprint on it. So amongst all this garbage, my car sitting right up in the middle of it. So I'm irate now. I'm trying to be cool, but I want to I really just want to I want to kill this dude right now. But I'm trying to be cool because I'm like, dude, don't even get arrested to top matters off and make it even worse. So I'm like, listen. So I'm like, you got my car here. So my man gives me this astronomical number that I gotta pay to get my car, not astronomical, but like $1.66. So I'm like, yo. I just got finished getting smoke show by ATL. I'm finally shaking that off, and now I gotta deal with this on top of it. So I'm yelling at my man. I'm telling him, yo. So I wait till he gets the door open. Now this is the funny part, right? I wait till he gets the gate open so I can get the car out, right? Because I didn't want to talk no trash to him while I had my car. Because if he said he was gonna keep my car, we was gonna have problems. So I said, let me make sure I get my car out before. So now I get my car out as I'm backing it up. I'm trying to get out the car to be like, yo, F you, blah, 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 ready to hit him off, right? But the car is still in gear. So I step out. I got 1 foot in the car, 1 foot out. Yo, the car is moving and it's about to hit a telephone pole. So I'm jumping back in the car. I hit my head on the front door, right in the middle of my forehead. I whack it on the front door of the car, put the car in park. Because I was like, oh, God, if I hit something with this car right now, I'm really going to be out. Dude, he must have been in the truck just chuckling his ass off, talking about, look at this dummy. Get my pants all dirty, my shirt got dirt all over it, and I got this big shiner in the middle of my forehead, which my forehead is already a 5 head. All right, so I'm looking like a Klingon right now.
Oh, man.
We were cracking up about it the next day, my wife and I. But at the time, the event was not funny at all.
Oh, you must have been screaming, kid.
Dude.
Wow.
Screaming.
Anyway, man, wow, crazy. That's nuts, dude. But you know what, man? I'm looking at this NBA tonight. I want to shoot over to that real quick and see. So as far as the NHL, I think we're going to fall back, maybe watch a little bit and get an in-game wager going on.
I like to watch the in-game. I might throw a little light money on the Ducks as I like them. I told you guys I probably won't. I don't know if I'm going to money line par them tonight. I'm probably going to play them separate, but I might because we'll see.
All right. So. Scrolling to the NBA, man, we've got the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Is Houston going to show up at all and do something, or what the hell are they going to do, man?
They showed up.
They got killed
That's the
other
Houston
day.
team I was looking for. If I could have got them to play the Clippers Game 7, I would have been good. For all of y'all that don't understand what my thing was with Houston, that was it on Saturday night. That's the team that I saw.
Golden State Warriors are given anywhere from 4.5 to 5 points to Houston with an under-over of 213 to 213.5. The last game, what was it? It was Golden State -1. Now it's 4.5 to 5. I mean, when you're, I being in this position, where you have a team that's just, they're clearly backs are against the wall, but I mean, they got to just feel mentally deflated, no?
I would think so.
How do you come back from this? Like, one game at a time. Yeah,
you don't even think about trying to win them all. You just got to win we need to win our next game.
I mean, Golden State has beaten them 7 times in a row this year. They can't beat Golden State. They're having a hard time. So I don't know what to think here, man. I may get a little in-game wagering going on with this because, if you see Houston just looking like you think they're going to look tonight, where their hearts aren't in it, like it was. I mean, the other night they did shoot really bad. I mean, Harden was awful from the field. You know what I mean? So
right.
I don't know though. I mean, this is a tough spot.
Some of that being awful. Well, the other thing I will say is Golden State finally. That's the first game, honestly, of the series. That's the first game of the playoffs that Golden State has looked like Golden State. That's Golden State last night. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything they put up was going in.
Yeah, I know.
So, I don't necessarily know you're going to get another performance like that out of Golden State, but Golden State, when I watched that game and I saw all their stuff going in, I was like, this game's over. So that had a lot to do with Houston not being able to get going either, is that they were busy watching the Splash Brothers splash. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Because in the back of your mind, it's your, when you're chasing that lead, you're chasing that lead, so you're a little bit pensive about what you're doing. But as far as tonight's game is concerned, I kind of feel like Houston is going to find a way to win this game.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like Golden State will probably be cool with going back and, just closing them out at home. But the flip side to that is Golden State, if they're watching the Cleveland series, which I'm sure they probably are, they got to be saying, because Cleveland's winning the next game. Cleveland's winning the next game, all right, for the sweep. So Golden State's got to be saying, well, why give them a rest? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Good point.
So, especially with Cleveland being a little banged up, so Golden State might come out and be gangbusters. Very, very tough call tonight on this game. Very tough call tonight on this game.
$100 better betting the Houston Rockets to win the NBA championship would pay $37,500. I put that out yesterday on Twitter.
There's a reason for that.
Of course, man. Of course.
Reason for that.
Yes, I know. So I'm trying to get an idea here of which side I like. I think I'm going to do the in-game stuff and get an idea of what's happening there. You know what I mean?
For a quick trend, guys, the total has gone under 9 of Golden State's last 10 games and under 4 of Houston's last 5 games. The under has been the play in this particular series so far. Golden State is 5-0 straight up in its last 5 games. Golden State is 5-1 straight up in its last 6 games on the road. Also, Houston is 8-2 straight up in its last 10 games at home. And like I said, the total has gone under in 4 of Houston's last 5.
I saw something crazy. It paid like $1 million for on 100 for. It was either like $680,000 or something like that on $100 with Atlanta playing
Houston.
Atlanta playing Houston, yeah. Something crazy like that.
Wow!
Imagine that.
I could, because it's just not going to happen.
I know. I'll get those numbers out later on, guys, but that's pretty interesting. I mean, if I didn't have so much money invested in Atlanta and Houston and all that, I would actually do it. I'd put $100 on it and just. I mean, you could be down 30 points in in the elimination game and get that $100 back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But hey, you know what? It is what it is, and there's some people crazy enough out there to do stuff like that, bro.
Right.
So I'm gonna watch this game. I'm gonna get an in-game feel and go from there with that. That's how I'm gonna play this tonight. So we'll go from there and we will shoot over to the diamond and see what we got here, brother. How many games we have today on the 25th? We have 1, 2, 3. We have 15 games on the ticket, bro. Damn.
That's the real reason why y'all cats like baseball.
Yeah.
That's the real reason why you like baseball. Because you could just go all day and just keep going and going and going.
Dude, I've been really enjoying the baseball, man. I have. First game we got on the ticket, oh, God. If you want to talk about some, and watch the Stanks beat the crap out of it.
You're enjoying the baseball because you a junkie too, dog.
Yeah. All day long, brother. All day long. You got the cases.
My man was hitting me up over the weekend talking about some. Yo, I'm doing dope today in baseball. I'm like, son, ain't you in Port Jeff partying?
I know. I told my bride that I was betting the game. She's like, "You're crazy." I said, "Hey, you know what? I felt the Blue Jays yesterday was going to be the play, man. You know."
It's like that sometimes. I hear you.
You know what I mean? I'd be so mad if I didn't bet it.
Nah, I know, because I sat with that same being agitated, that I didn't have Golden State finally, and it was, it had blown up, and I sat agitated because I like I said, I know that Houston team is not that great. So now, and then I noticed that most of the Houston people were nowhere to be found. Saturday night after the game, everybody it was complete silence.
What if Philly Pick said it's time to put the dog down?
Yeah, Philly Pick's ready to put the dog down now. Oh, really? No, Phil, you stuck with that dog. That's so dope.
My boy Rainmaker just alluded to the fact that the underdogs have covered in every single NBA game, dude, in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. No favorite is covered yet.
You know what? I think he's...
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
No, all 6.
Golden State wasn't favored on Saturday?
They were favored. Wait. I think it was a pick 'em.
I think Golden State... I thought I saw Golden State minus like 1 or something. I think they were the favorite Saturday.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong, but I think that they were. But I know that he's right. That mostly the under, because I've lost, so that the underdog's been covering.
Yes. Oh man! All right. So we got the K-Sizzle Royals coming into the New York Stanks, and the Stanks have Evaldi on the mound. K-Sizzle has Jeremy Guthrie. New York. Son, I can't figure this out. The New York Stanks are favored minus 125 with an over of 8.5. You're favored versus K-Sizzle. What are they thinking? Maybe K-Sizzle tired from traveling here and have a day game or something?
Guth used to be with Baltimore. He's like your guy Harang and them guys that you like. Played almost with every team in baseball.
Yeah.
Guth is 4-2 with a 4.75 ERA. But the Royals, their bats are dope. They're 28-15, 11-8 on the road. Yankees are 22-22, 9-10 at home. Evaldi is 3-1 with a 4.73 ERA.
Yankees are 22-22 now, man. They're losers to 10 of 11 games, bro. Nasty slide there. And Evaldi's not much better. I mean, he does have a 3-1 record, but a 4.73 ERA.
I hear you.
K-Sizzle, the total has gone under in 5 of the last 7 games. They are 5-1 straight up in the last 6. The Stanks are 0-5 straight up in the last 5, and like I said, losers of 10 of 11. I can't bet this game. I have to fall back. I mean, you're crazy to bet against K-Sizzle with the Stanks. You know what I'm saying? But
I concur.
But this would be the game that the Stanks say, hey, you know what? We're tired of losing. So
I said the Stanks were going to stink, dude. So, at the beginning of the season, and then they shocked me with how well they were playing, but looks like some of the Stinks setting back in.
Yes, definitely. So we are going to fall back from that. I mean, guys, you do have K-Sizzle traveling. They did play yesterday, and then they're coming in and playing a day game today on Memorial Day. Probably, maybe not feeling it too much. But
didn't the Yankees have the late game last night?
They did.
So they played yesterday too, and the late game at that. So, I mean, they are home. They didn't have to travel, but you know what I'm saying?
You can't bet that game.
No, hell no.
Way too many variables to pull you off of that, guys. So fall back from that. Next one, we got on the takeaway, the Colorado Rockies coming into the Cincinnati Reds. Colorado has Eddie Butler. Cincinnati has Jason Markey. Cincinnati minus 150 with an under-over of 8.5. What you got there?
There's another one of your pitchers, Jason Markey. He's like your boy Harang as well. Jason Markey is 3-4 with a 6.91 ERA. Dusty. The Cincinnati Reds are 18-25, awful. 9-9 at home. The Rockies are 17-25, horrible. 9-12 away. Butler is 2-5 with a 4.38 ERA. This is a stinker.
It's a nasty game, man. It's a very nasty game. I mean, both of these teams are just sliding down the tubes, kid. So I have no opinion here. I'm going to.
You know what's ugly with baseball? Because the season's so long and there's so many games, some of the records start looking like really atrocious.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? That's 17-25.
I know.
And growing.
Yes. I have a bet with Dizzle, dude, that the Philadelphia Phillies will not lose more than 95 games. And he has them losing more than 95 games. And the winner, the loser has to buy the winner playoff tickets for the MLB if a local team gets in.
And then what happens if a local team doesn't?
Then it'll probably carry over to the next year, I would imagine.
Because who's local? Because the Yanks ain't getting in.
Yeah, the Mets ain't getting in either.
The Mets ain't getting in. The Red Sox ain't getting in.
Yes.
Are you doing Baltimore? Is Baltimore included?
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure something out, something more local than that.
You guys might have to travel.
We might have to go. We might have to go see a Nasties game. That's what we might have to do.
No doubt.
Man. All right. So going to the next one here. Let's see what I got. Let's get a little Mr. Cheeks going here in the background. So I'm not betting that game either.
Good.
Next one we got on the ticket. We got the Philadelphia Phillies coming into the New York Mets. Philadelphia has they have Gonzalez on the mound. New York has Colon. New York minus 170 with an under-over of 7.5. What you got there, brother?
Got my boy Fat Bartolo Colon on the mound. Hey, we get up this morning, probably got about 8 to 9 eggs. Scrambling them up right now with some salchichas or something. About to get it in with some breakfast and then move right on into lunch right before the game, so he's nice and full out there on the mound. Bartolo Colon is 6-3 with a 4.85 ERA. The Mets are 24-21, 17-6 at home. The Phillies are 19-27. 7-17 on the road. Gonzalez is 2-1 with a 7.11 ERA.
Kind of like the Mets here, man.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I kind of like the Mets, even though I want Philadelphia to win for my bet with Dizzle, but
it's a huge rivalry. You know these teams know each other well, and you should get maximum effort out of the Mets, to try to beat the Phillies because they just, it's a huge rivalry, these two.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to put that one on standby. I kind of like this game coming up as well, even though they're on the road. I don't really like taking road teams, but I'm going to look at this. We got we've got the Houston Astros coming into the Baltimore Orioles. Houston has Mr. Dallas Keuchel on the mound. Baltimore has Chen. Houston minus 120 with an under-over of 7.5. What you got there?
Keuchel 6-0 with a 1.67 ERA, which is dope.
Yes.
The Astros are 29-16, 14-6 away. The Orioles are 19-22. They are 13-9 at home. My boy Chen is 1-3 with a 2.90 ERA.
That's got kind of like an under written all over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got maybe a no-score first inning touch.
Yes, sir.
Little feel on there. Houston is 9-3 straight up in the last 12. The total's gone under in 7 of the last 10 Baltimore games. The total's gone under in 9 of the last 12 Baltimore games at home. But Houston's been hitting the ball, man. So, taking a look at this here. The total's gone over in 12 of the last Houston games on the road. 12 of the last 18, I'm sorry. What's the total here? 7.5.
I got 7.5.
If we can get that up to 8, guys, I say we go under. If we could buy that up to 8, we'll go under with that. You know what? Let me do a little bit more homework and see what I got. That's a 1:35 Eastern Standard Time start. We'll put that on standby as well. I also like the Astros in that spot, dude. So we'll keep it moving from there. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Boston Red Sox coming into the Minnesota Twins. And Boston has Joe Kelly. Minnesota has Ricky Nolasco. Boston minus 115 with an under-over of 8.5. What's going on there, brother?
Kelly is 1-3 with a 5.13 ERA. The Red Sox are 21-23, 11-11 on the road. The Twins are 25-18, 14-6 at home. Nolasco is 4-1 with a 6.00 ERA.
Yeah, but his last couple of outings were not bad. Nolasco. I mean, myself and Joseph Del Rosario, we've been like fading him. Like last year, we started doing it, and then like the last couple of games, he's just been on point. So I don't really know what to do there. I can't pull up my stats for some reason on this matchup. I don't know why, but I'm gonna fall back from that. I don't like that game. I don't like that game at all. I mean, Nolasco could get blown up, but not. But you got the Boston Red Sox bats have been, they fell off a lot, dude. So,
yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? They were really good, but, they've really fallen off. So I think we're going to kind of fall back from that and keep it moving. Minnesota Twins, surprisingly, 7 games above 500, dude. 25-18.
Got you.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of like this track, a little smoothness here in the morning. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Milwaukee Brewers. San Fran has Tim Lincecum come on the mound. Milwaukee has Loesch on the mound. Milwaukee minus 123 with an under-over of 8. How about them San Francisco Giants bats all of a sudden, kid? Huge.
I never could figure out that team.
Unbelievable what they've done, man. They did just lose. They had an 8-game winning streak before that. Taking a look at this, San Francisco is superior in like every single category, and they actually do their runs per game were under 3 about 2 weeks ago. Now they're over 4. So
wow.
They're definitely they're 25-20. They're superior in runs for, runs against, runs differential, team ERA, offensive hits, offensive walks, defensive hits, defensive walks, and defensive strikeouts. Lincecum is doing pretty well this year. They're 8-2 straight up in the last 10 games. Talking about San Francisco, Milwaukee 1-4 straight up in the last 5. But I can't bet San Francisco. If they were home, I'd consider it. But being on the road, with Milwaukee, Milwaukee's been a thorn in everybody's side. So I think we fall back from that and keep it moving.
Hey, quick shout out to everybody retweeting the show. We got LA Whiz Kids, Sports Talk, Johnny Moa's out there, Peter Berry, JC's out there, my man Jay Pimpin, what's going on, player, Joe Melky, Frank Vincalato, Randomly Unpredictable, my man OJFB, what's happening, player? Big ups to you. C. Rodriguez Jr.'s out there, Dan Ho, Christos, let's see, live in, I don't know, I'm messing it up. It's Live and Follow, I think, or something like that. Live life now. Oh, live life now. That's it. I'm sorry. Z's out there as well. Stoopy Bets, Ciroc King J, Marlon, Tip Talker, Total Sports Edge, Theory Bizarre, the Canadian Capper, Big Money G, Jason Riley, Money Lion Hunter, Irvin is out there, Vegas Girl 92661, Lou Long Woo, Direct Sports Solution, It Be Easy, Boston Boy, It Woots, and Sports Shark as well.
All right, guys, scrolling to the next game here, we got the Washington Nasties coming into the Chicago Cubs. Washington has Rourke on the mound, Tanner Rourke. Chicago has Wada on the mound. Pretty much even money all across the board. No total yet. Let's see if we can snag one of them crazy totals.
Hey, Hey guys, by the way, no, a few of you guys have been hitting me up with baseball. You know, like wanting me to do a little bit more with this baseball, which I will once I get done with the NBA and hockey. But yo, Hat's killing baseball.
I've been doing really well, man.
I mean, I know y'all probably don't play Hat no attention because, I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying.
Jerk.
but no, Hat's been killing baseball. So if you guys are looking to tail, that's the man to tail with this baseball. I mean, your baseball's been off the charts, right?
I was 2-1 this week, this weekend rather. I got to take a look at what my record's been. It hasn't been. I mean, I went on that crazy run in the beginning.
Yeah.
Now it's tapered off a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, every other night I'll have a loss or something like that. But I think it's still around like 65%, something like that. But
so I had a couple dudes like, yo, I wish you would give out more. I'm like, you wish really?
No, you don't.
like, I don't really think you really want me to do the baseball yet.
No, definitely not.
The no score first innings, I have caught up with that. So I'm probably right around even or maybe even ahead. I haven't been keeping track, but I have caught up and got that to work a little bit more than usual. But as Hat says, that's kind of like gambling. I mean, I do use a couple little statistics, and there's a couple little teams that I have in the formula. But he's right. You guys know his one pitch out of the park.
Yes.
Always is in your crush. So anyway, let's get back to the games.
All right.
Scott, what are you doing? You're doing the Cubs national game?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you find that total?
There's no total out yet.
Okay.
Guys, what I'm doing is, we've noticed it where like there's some day games, and what happens is sometimes the books post these crazy high totals, like 10.5, 11 up front in Wrigley Field, and we pound the unders, and we've been successful at it. I think we got that twice to work. But there's no total posted yet. If anybody has a total on that game, please let me know.
And you got Rourke on the mound, 0-2 with a 2.66 ERA. The Nationals are 26-18. They are 12-11 on the road. The Cubs are 24-19, 13-8 at home. Wada is got no decisions, and his ERA is 3.86.
All right. Taking a look at this here. Let's go to just trying to take a look at what my MLB has been doing. Because I documented on Capertech, so. Just going, let's see. Since the beginning of the year, I don't want NBA. I want NBL. MLB. Let's see what I got. Sorry about this, guys. Just looking it up. All right, so MLB so far, 34, 16, and 1, plus 87.72 units, brother. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Do you have, though, what you've been, like, your last 10 games or your last 5 games?
Let's see. I can go back the last 2 weeks. That's the. I can do that. Let's see. Last 7 days. Let's see what we got. 7-4, 64%. The last 7 games.
Good.
Let's see. Or last 7
that's
days.
Good enough.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, no doubt.
I wish it was better than that.
Well, no, I mean always, but yeah, that's still. I know guys getting paid. Never mind. Let's go.
In the last 14 days, 12-8, 60%. Whatever.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I gotta do better than that, though, man. Come on, I gotta get this MLB right, man. I think I'm gonna go ham on Dallas Keuchel today. You know what? You got to take him until he loses. You know what I mean?
Dude, I love him, man. I mentioned him. The last 2 times after his last start, I was on here talking about. And that's the night him, Harvey, and like 2 other guys were all dope. That particular night. Matter of fact, there were 2 other pitchers that went along with him.
Kluber.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. You got it.
Kluber's your boy. Yes, definitely.
Kluber was nice too that night.
Yeah,
right.
He won. He won the other day too. He won Saturday as well. So, all right, going back to this, man. Let's see what we got here. So, as far as the nasties are concerned, let's take a look. MLB matchups. Let's see what we got here. Just got to refresh the page. See what I got. I don't have an opinion yet. I'd like to see what the total is in this game first before I do anything with that one. The Cubs have been pretty good, man. And big ups to Rick Lopez for pointing him out.
Rick Lopez turned this on to them, and I think Rick said they still got somebody that they're wanting to bring up that's supposed to be dope still too, as far as their pitching is concerned. So maybe they're saving them off until after the All-Star break, and they're going to make some moves then. So we'll have to keep our eye out for this Cubs team.
Yes, Cubs are 9-4 straight up in the last 13 games, bro, and the Nasties are 7-1 straight up in the last 8. I don't know. It's going to be a tough matchup.
Today. That under might work, though, if you can get a high enough number.
If you can get it, yeah, you got to get it like, I'm talking like over 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But sometimes that's what happens, man. With the wind, sometimes the wind is blowing a certain way and they set the total, and I think they're wrong a lot. So we're going to nail them on that. Let's see. Next one we got on the ticket here, we got the Detroit Tigers coming into the Oakland A's. Detroit has Shane Green on the mound. Oakland has Jesse Hahn. Oakland is actually favored over the Tigers. Wow. Minus 115 with an under-over of 7.5. What you got there?
We got Shane Green. He is 4-2 with a 4.05 ERA. The Tigers are 26-19 dope, 12-7 on the road, which is an excellent record. The Oakland A's are horrible. They are 16-30. 5-14 at home. Hahn is 1-4 with a 4.43 ERA. I don't know why Detroit is plus. Do you?
I have no idea either. I mean, you look at Shane Green, with an over 4 ERA. Detroit Tigers, I mean, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games from playing Oakland.
Underdog bettors, you gotta love a 2-team parlay with the Tigers and the KC.
Oh God, that's definitely something for them.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's gotta be beauty to underdog players. I mean, it's plus money, pays really, really well. So I don't know. I think, you know what? I'm talking about underdog players. I'm thinking about throwing $50 on it myself.
Probably pays like what? Like a C-note?
I don't know. I'll have to go in and take a look at it. But what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, you can't back Oakland at all. I mean, Oakland is 16-30, man. You know what I mean? And Detroit's superior in pretty much every statistical category that we have. So Jesse Hahn, 1-4 with a 4.43 ERA. I don't know, man. You know what? I'm falling back from that. That's got nasty written all over it. That you almost got it. I don't want to plug it because a lot of people are going to be telling me, if Detroit loses, that what was I thinking? You know what I mean? But
what was you thinking? Well, how about that? They're 12-7 on the road, 26-19 all around. The A's are 16-30 and 5-14 at home. That's what you was thinking.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough.
Hahn 1-4 with a 4.43 ERA. That's dusty.
I know.
And they're plus money, so it's worth. $50
for them in K-Sizzle, huh?
I just spent $166 getting my car towed from CVS.
Good point. Oh man, I'm gonna put that on standby.
And by the way, don't think I'm done with that either, because as we speak, I got my paperwork to go copy and send my letters off to CVS.
Yes. All right. Next one we got on the ticket here. We got the Texas Rangers coming into the Cleveland Indians. Dude, how about the Texas Rangers laying the smackdown on the Stanks, huh? Kid, it was 10-0 the other day.
Like, I was going to say, the other day I seen something like a football score with Tim and his, but like back-to-back, no, it was like 10-0, and the other day it was even more than that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 7-0 to start off.
Yeah, don't ask me.
I don't know, man. So you got the Texas Rangers who got to be feeling themselves coming into Cleveland. Texas has Phil Klein on the mound. Cleveland has Markham. Sean Markham. Cleveland minus 140 with an under-over of 8.5. What you got there?
Klein is on the mound for the Rangers. He's 1-0 with a 4.50 ERA. The Rangers are 21-23. They are 15-10 on the road. The Cleveland Indians are 20-23. They are 9-12 at home. Markham is 1-0 with a 2.31 ERA.
I have no opinion on that, guys. That is a really, really nasty game. But I can tell you right now, keep an eye on this Texas team, because I know that they're like at the bottom as far as futures are concerned. They're in that division, man. That division's up for grabs, so you never know. You just never know. Sometimes underdogs do come out. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Arizona. The Arizona Diamondbacks coming into the St. Lucia Cardinals. Arizona has Chase Anderson on the mound. St. Lucia has Carlos Martinez. St. Lucia minus 163 with an under-over of 7.5. What you got there?
A to Zizzer is 21-22. They are 10-9 away. Anderson is 1-1 with a 2.54 ERA. The Cardinals are 28-16, 15-5 at home. Martinez is 4-2 with a 4.08 ERA.
You know who I'm taking there, right?
St. Lucia.
Yo, all day, man. I'm really feeling St. Lucia in this spot. I think they get the job done. Even though Arizona's 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games, I get it. But St. Lucia is 15-4 in the last 19 games at home. And they're 6-1 in the last 7 when playing Arizona, so they have their number. Chase Anderson on the mound for them. I get it. Martinez has been up and down. He is, he's getting the run support from them when he's pitching, though. For St. Lucia. I'm taking the Cards today. I like the Cards.
All right.
I almost want to go Cards and Mets. But you know what? Let me get back to you guys on that. Next one we got on the ticket, we've got the Miami Marlins coming into the Pittsburgh Pirates. Miami has David Phelps on the mound. Pittsburgh has Charlie Morton. Pittsburgh minus 140 with an under-over of 7.5. Pittsburgh, talk about laying a smackdown. They killed the Mets this weekend. They killed, dude, 9-1 yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And Miami stinks, too. Maybe Pittsburgh kind of felt themselves.
I know that, too.
Yeah, man. What you got there?
You got the Pirates are 21-22. They are 12-9 at home. Mr. Morton is getting his first start, so we got no numbers on him. Phelps is 2-1 with a 3.21 ERA. The Marlins are 18-27, 8-12 on the road.
A lot of games I like today, man. I'm kind of looking at this. I kind of like this Pittsburgh team again. Taking a look at it, guys, real quick. Hold on one second. This is like a Junkie's Delight card today. Pittsburgh rocking a 21-22 record. But you know what the problem is? Is that Morton, I don't have any numbers on him yet.
I was going to say that.
I'm going to fall back from that. So I'm going to fall back from it and keep it moving, guys. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Chicago White Sox at the Toronto Blue Jays. Chicago White Sox have Noesi on the mound. Toronto has Drew Hutchinson. Toronto minus 165 with an under-over of 9. You know I love their bats over there, kid.
Yes, sir.
I posted a little something with Popeye and the Spinach yesterday talking about their bats. What you got there?
Toronto is 20-26. 12-11 at home. Hutchinson is 3-1 with a 6.06 ERA. Is that your guy Noesi?
Yes.
Noesi's on the mound for the White Sox. They're 0-3 with a 5.60 ERA. They are 19-22 and 7-12 away. My man Rick Lopez had hit me up, I think yesterday or the day before, with a 2T par, and he had the White Sox in there. And I said, "Ill, man." I said, "I hate the White Sox. No way, right?" I said, "But good looking." And he hit me back, like, sure enough, 6 hours later, he's like, "Yo, the White Sox got me."
Man. I don't know what's going on with this website I'm on today, man. I'm on a website where I get all my stats, and it's just moving very, very slow. But, them Toronto bats, I mean, they've been just money. I mean, they scored, they gave me 8 runs yesterday, brother. I'm looking at that game, too, man. Dude, there's so much. My God. I might be like 5. I feel like Dr. Dan, the evil genius today, kid. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Seattle Mariners at the Tampa Biscuit Rays. Seattle has Elias on the mound. Tampa Biscuit has Ordizzi. Tampa Biscuit minus 145 with an under-over of 7. What you got?
Seattle, the Mariners are 20-23. They are 9-13 on the road. Mr. Elias is on the mound. He is 1-1 with a 2.76 ERA. The Rays are 24-21. They are 13-11 at home. J.O. is 3-4 with a 2.43 ERA.
All right, let's just take a look and see what we've got. Hold on one second. I love this track. This track is money. I can't pull up the stats here, brother. I don't know why. It's just kind of moving really slow. But this Tampa Bay team, man, you know what? They're in first place. They're in first place. That's all I got to say. And they've been quietly climbing the ladder there, man. Mm-hmm. So, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, they're 60-1 right now to win the World Series. If everybody keeps playing the way they've been playing, I'm talking about Baltimore, the Stanks, the Red Sox. Who else is in that division? You got Baltimore, and Toronto. They might be able to get the crown over there, kid, in the AL East. So,
okay.
I don't like this game, though, guys. I don't like it. I think we got better games on the ticket, even though it's Tampa Biscuit superior in like most statistical categories here. Seattle, the total's going under in 8 of the last 11 Seattle games, and it's going under in 5 of the last 7 Tampa Biscuit games at home. Taking a look at the respective ERAs, you almost got to take the under in this game. It is 7, so, that's a light number. You get one big inning, you're in trouble. I'm looking at the under in that game.
Okay.
Looking at the under. I mean, even the ERAs are money there, and, they're not offensive juggernauts either. I mean, Seattle's 3.74 runs a game, where Tampa Biscuit 3.82. And like you said, the pitchers' ERAs are both under 3. And all the trends are leading towards the under as well. Damn, man. I think I'm going to go under on that. All right, keep it moving. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Atlanta Braves at the L.A. Dodgers. Atlanta has Williams Perez on the mound. L.A. has Brett Anderson. L.A. minus 200 with an under-over of 7.5. What you got there?
The Braves are 22-21, and they are 10-11 on the road. Perez is 0-0 with a 6.14 ERA, heavy. Dodgers 26-17, 19-6 at home. Mr. Anderson is 2-2 with a 3.61 ERA. And you know what? That was my only bright spot of the night Friday. Was that I ended up and didn't even know it. I had played 2 parlays, and I played the Dodgers with the Rangers, and that hit. And I didn't know that I even had won that until like the next afternoon. When I went into the account, and took a look. So I was able to at least salvage something out of that night, Friday night.
All right, I'm looking on Twitter, man. Guys, I haven't ignored you on Twitter, man. I just tried to do a bunch of different stuff and get my stats up and all that. Let's see. Sports Talk Johnny's telling me Baltimore's on a little bit of a slide. But the Stros have only won there twice in the last 5 years. Talking about the Astros and Baltimore game. Okay. Let's see. I got Jason Bryce on here. Wait till the lineups come out. Oh, definitely, dude. That's what I always do. That I always wait till the lineups come out before I put my plays out there. Let me get your track on here, Dream, and switch it up from there. Let's see. Who else we got on Twitter? I got the Canadian Capper. I've got Total Sports Edge. He said, what's his name? Just had his 42nd birthday yesterday. Bartolo Colon.
Bartolo.
No SC. I got my man Lex Ka. Yo, Lex Ka is going to come on tomorrow real quick to have a conversation with us. Yeah, that's our boy, dude. Can't wait to get him on.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. So,
awesome. Me and Lex, we gotta give like each other a hug for that Clipper. He was with me on that Clipper game. We got blown up on the Clipper game, man.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So, but he's gonna come on talking about baseball underdogs tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's gonna be pretty cool, man. I can't wait to get him on. Dude, we had a good time with him at the club in Vegas, man.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, definitely. Real cool dude. Loved hanging out with him. We definitely had a good time.
All right. So. Laying all that juice to Atlanta, son. You're gonna think I'm absolutely out of my mind. I'm tempted to take the Braves plus 170, man.
Dude, I thought you were out of your mind like a long, long time ago. So you're good.
I want to take the Braves plus 170, man. You know what? Maybe I'll get them plus 1.5 and get that like even money. I don't think the Dodgers have any business giving them 200 juice. I really don't. Dude, William Perez has a 1.80 ERA for the Braves.
Dude, I hear you. I ain't
Braves are
I'm not doing it, but I hear you.
Braves are 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games.
And the Dodgers, while the Dodgers do have a winning record, they haven't been like stupid impressive either.
So I'm trying to say.
I
know.
Yeah.
I know. Wow, guys, we got a lot of baseball today. Next one we got on the ticket is the final one here. We've got the San Diego Padres coming into the LA Angels. San Diego has Tyson Ross. LA has Jarrett Weaver. LA minus 140 with an under-over of 7.5. What you got there?
Hey, Ross is 2-4 with a 3.93 ERA. The Padres are 21-24, 10-12 away. The Angels are 22-22, not 10-9 at home. Weaver is 3-4 with a 4.37 ERA.
If you look at this San Diego team, man, you know, when we started talking about them a little bit, they just started sliding. They started sliding way down the pipe here. They're 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games. And I think they've even been worse than that if you go back, 10 games or whatever. And the LA Angels have been just the opposite. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 at home. 4-2 in the last 6 when playing Diego. I think you got to fall back from this game, guys. I think there's way more stuff on the ticket for us here.
Hey, now, dude, let me ask you a question. Because like a day like today, I know you got a bunch of teams that you like. You are doing like a $10 magic and parlaying everybody, right?
I have to.
Okay.
I have to. It might be like a $50 magic. Especially if I throw the Braves in there.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just making sure you do that because every now and then those do come through.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, man. So, guys, here's what I'm looking at right now. Let me just switch this up and go from there. Give me a minute. I'm looking at my baseball, just see what I could plug. All right, so here's what I'm looking at. I am looking at, and I haven't put this out yet. Got to do a lot of homework, but we have a couple of hours to do so. But I'm looking at the New York Mets. It's minus 170 juice, so it's kind of heavy, guys. But I think the Mets get the job done today. I am looking at the Houston Astros with Mr. Dallas Keuchel on the mound. I am looking at the under in that game as well. I am looking at, let's see, a possibility of the Detroit Tigers. I don't know if I'm going to do that because I love the St. Lucia Cardinals way more than that. And St. Lucia's minus 163. I'm looking at a possible Toronto Blue Jays play. I am looking at... This is crazy, dude. What else? There was another game. And I'm looking at the under in the Tampa Biscuit Seattle game, and I'm looking at the Atlanta Braves as a live underdog. So how many is that? That's a lot. That's like 6. All right. Hey, you know what? I may pull some of these out. I'm probably not going to add to that because I don't do that. But I may pull some of these out and just, maybe parlay a couple. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, Dream. But you like any of that stuff in the baseball?
What did I like? I did like the Astros.
Okay.
But I'm more leaning no score first inning with that game.
Okay.
I am also leaning no score first inning in the Phillies Mets game as well. So I may do a little tight 1 o'clock Kentucky Derby and just do a parlay. Score first inning,
quick
2-team parlay. What'd you say?
It's like a little quick play, yeah.
It's a Kentucky Derby roulette, I call it. You gotta just focus for 10 minutes, and you're either in it, you've either won it or you haven't won it. But I do like both of those. Mets Phillies really, they really match up perfect for the no score first inning. Just in this case, somebody will do something dumb though and make an error probably. But yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a shot. I told you before, $25, $2-team money line parlay. I mean, the price of a case of beer. No, it's even case of beer is more than that. 12-pack. I get that 18-pack of Corona Light at Stop and Shop. It's like $18.99. By the time they add the tax on, it's right there. That's the price that I'm playing this for. So we're not breaking the bank. It's a 2-team parlay, no score first inning, Mets, Orioles. You also could split it if you don't want to put them parlay together and throw $25 on each. I'm going to take those 2 shots, and I think I may follow you with the Astros if you give me the go.
I think I'm going to play the Astros flat.
Right.
Just to get some value, and then I may put like the Mets and St. Lucia together.
Okay.
Because I could always hedge out of the second one if I get the first one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got a 1 o'clock,
yeah,
1:35 games. Yeah, guys, be cognizant of your times, by the way. 1 o'clock, you've got like 4. You got like 4 games going off at 1 o'clock, which is, you guys can look it up. I don't got to tell you. 4 games are going off at 1 o'clock. I'm sure you guys know anyway. You got about 3 games going off at 2 o'clock, and you got a couple games going off you got another 3 going off at 4 o'clock, and then the rest are 7 o'clockers. So make sure you're cognizant of your times if you're getting involved with that. I am going to be at a picnic today, so I don't know what I'm going to be able to tweet with you guys. I got a family outing that I'm going to, and I'm not really going to be trying to sweat scores. I know I'll be somewhere in the woods. Who knows if the phone's going to have any, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to get involved with all that. So that's probably what I'm doing in regards to that. On the other side, I'm slightly leaning Anaheim, as I told you guys already. And with the basketball, I'm slightly leaning Houston, but there's no way I'm putting money on Houston. So that's just a recommendation for you, because I will not bet Houston.
Definitely not, guys. So it looks like I'm going to have one of those days where it's a plethora of plays. I have no plans. I romanced the bride to death for 2 days so she can finally fall back. So I'm going to be all over the diamond today, and I plan on cashing tickets, player, all day. Really liking the St. Lucia New York Mets parlay.
All right.
I really like that. I think that I think that one. I think that's
I hate the Mets because it's a rivalry game.
Yeah, but I think
being involved in those rivalry games.
I think Cologne gets the job done though versus the Phillies. Phillies have been tough though. You know what I mean? So, guys, you know what? Don't play these heavy today. I mean, they're especially when there's so many games. You know what I mean? You could go, somewhat light here, and I never recommend anybody to, to play my stuff. Like I said, I mean, if I was a handicapper and I was saying, hey, I'm the bomb and all that, that's one thing. But I'm just a player, just telling you what my plays are, man. So if you guys want to get involved with it, hey, feel free, and we'll laugh and joke together when we win. We'll cry together when we lose. And that's how the cookie crumbles, man. So
I'm saying right now, don't really play my plays because they've been awful. When they get better, then then you'll hear about it, as I'll be like everybody else talking about how dope I am. But unlike everybody else, when I'm not dope, I'm talking about that I'm not neither. So you might want to fall back, which is where I'm at right now. But I really think the no-score first inning works, especially in the Met game. I might be pushing a little bit with the second game. So, I am going to parlay them together. You might want to try them separately. I feel pretty confident that both of those will get done. We got a couple little things to pay attention as far as the horizon is concerned, because should the Houston Rockets win today, Golden State should blow the doors off of them. Well, actually, Golden State don't like covering at home, but you'll want to get Golden State, early if Houston wins today, as to close that out at home. We definitely got Cleveland closing out their series tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. And also, you're going to keep an eye on this Blackhawk, the Blackhawk hockey game as well tonight. As I said, I'm leaning Anaheim a little bit, and I'm also leaning on the under in that game as well. Guys, as always, I want to thank you guys for all of your support. Thank you guys for listening. A lot of you guys, have been giving me support all along while I'm on this terrible losing streak, which I promise you I will be getting out of very soon, because NBA and hockey is about to end.
Yes. He'll have to bring you over to the diamond, player.
And I have to go over to the diamond. But, guys, I want to thank the kid Picks out there and wish him a speedy recovery, as he's still recovering from soldier surgery. We got young winner as well, Jay Snyder, Vegas Girl, 92661, Yato, J Cass, Rick Lopez, Direct Sports Solution, Philly Picks, Max 48, Cash Action Bets, Kermit the Frog, Winning Picks, my man Ben, Sports Degen, Uncle Louie Fury, Scott Weaver, Mr. Wise, Chai Picks, Cody Davis, TNT Picks, Betting Beats, APP, Rainmaker 512, Straw, Goozy, Curry Goat, Steve O, Sir Mata, Joey, Alejandro, Yev Song Ski, Mr. Solution, Jonesy, Sunny Home Run Cards, Shy Gorilla, The Capper Zone, and so many more. Guys, I am the Dream. Always remember who you're with and make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back, and enjoy your Memorial Day picnic, whatever you do to celebrate it. Enjoy it. Meet a vet, shake his hand, tell him thank you, and enjoy the day.
Absolutely, guys. And to the entire hashtag SBTV Nation, happy Memorial Day to you guys, man. We were thinking about doing, Came in this morning, man. I was hungover as hell, but once the music hits and I get on the air, it's a whole different package, man. So you know what? I got a date with my couch today. I got a date with the Diamond, and I plan on cashing tickets all day long, guys. So we are Sports Bettors TV. We are the biggest show in the world. We're on every single day, 7 days a week. Although I did take off yesterday, guys. I apologize about that, but hey. I put my stuff out on Twitter, so it's all good. So you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole package, Sports Bettors TV and SportsBettorsTV.com. We love you to death, guys. Go out there, go easy, do your own homework, bet your own plays, tail us, fade us, do whatever the hell you want to do, but go out there and get that money. Take care.
Peace.